This is a descriptive question. Here situation has been described in words, and applying quadratic equation we have to find the area of a rectangular plot is 528 meters square. The length of the plot is 1 meter more than twice its breadth. We need to find length and breadth of the plot. So here we assume the breadth of the plot be x meters. So twice its breadth means 2x and 1 meter more means plus 1. So 2x plus 1 will be its length. Now we know area is equal to length times breadth is equal to 2x plus 1 times x is equal to area is given to be 528 meters square. Distributing we get 2x square plus x minus 528 is equal to 0. Now our problem has been translated into this quadratic equation 2x square plus x minus 528 is equal to 0. And what remains is to find values of x that satisfy this equation. So we will use quadratic formula here. Comparing with the standard quadratic ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, we find that here a is 2, b is 1 and the coefficient c is minus 528. Remember here always we have to take coefficient along with the sign. Now substituting in the quadratic formula we get x is equal to minus b means minus 1 plus or minus whole square root of b square that is 1 square minus 4 times a that is 2 times c that is minus 528 and whole divided by 2 times a that is 2 is equal to minus 1 plus or minus under root 1 plus 4224 over 4 is equal to minus 1 plus or minus under root 4225 whole divided by 4. And the square root of 4225 is 65, so minus 1 plus or minus 65 over 4. First taking positive sign, minus 1 plus 65 by 4, and then taking negative sign, minus 1 minus 65 over 4. That gives us 64 by 4 or minus 66 by 4 or 16 or minus 16.5. Since length cannot be negative, so we discard negative root. So breadth is 16 and therefore length will be 2 times breadth that is 32 plus 1 means 33 meters. So length and breadth are 33 meters and 16 meters respectively. In this question it is given that the product of two consecutive positive integers is 306. We need to find the integers. Here we are given two things. First is the product of two integers and secondly those integers are positive. So let the smaller of the positive integer or the first number is x. So the other would be x plus 1 because they are consecutive integers and consecutive integers differ by 1. Now taking their product x times x plus 1 that is given to be 306. Distributing we get x square plus x minus 306 is equal to 0. Now comparing this with standard quadratic ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, we get a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1 and c is equal to minus 306. Now substituting in the quadratic formula we get x is equal to minus 1 plus or minus under root 1 square minus 4 times a that is 1 times c that is minus 306 whole divided by 2 times a that is 2 times 1. Simplifying this gives minus 1 plus or minus under root 1 plus 1224 divided by 2. Now square root of 1225 is 35. So we get minus 1 plus or minus 35 over 2. First taking positive sign minus 1 plus 35 by 2 and secondly taking negative sign minus 1 minus 35 over 2. This gives 17 or minus 18. Since we have to find positive integers, so we discard negative value. So the two consecutive positive integers are 17 and 18. Our next question is in a question form. Is it possible to design a rectangular park of perimeter of 80 meter and area of 400 meters square? If so, we have to find its length and breadth. Let us assume length of the rectangular park be A and its breadth be B. So we know perimeter of the rectangular park is 2 times length plus 2 times breadth, and that is given to be 80 meter, and their area, length into breadth, that is A times B, is given to be 400. The first equation gives A plus B is equal to 40, and the second equation gives B is equal to 400 over A. Now substituting value of B from the second equation to first equation, we get A plus 400 over A is equal to 40. Multiplying throughout by A, we get A square plus 400 is equal to 40A, or A square minus 40A plus 400 is equal to 0. Comparing with the standard quadratic, we get A is equal to 1, B is equal to minus 40. Always remember to pick coefficients along with the sign, and C is equal to plus 400. Now substituting in the quadratic formula, we get x is equal to minus B means minus 40 plus or minus under root B square, that is minus 40 whole square, minus 4 times A, that is 1, times C, that is 400, over 2 times A, that is 1, is equal to 40 plus or minus 1600 minus 1600 over 2. They cancel out each other and we get 40 plus minus 0 over 2. So by taking positive and negative sign, we get the same value 20 and 20. So there are two equal roots 20 and 20. So the answer is yes, it is possible to design a rectangular park with the given parameters, and its length would be 20 and breadth will be 20. In fact, it is a particular type of a rectangle, that is a square.